Let's shift our focus to Britain. As the UK enforces tougher student visa rules, several universities are revising their admissions approach and are now stopping applications from what they classify as high-risk countries. These institutions say they are under pressure to admit only genuine students, especially after a rise in visa refusals and concerns that the study route has been misused. According to reports, at least 9 UK universities reduced or temporarily paused student recruitment from Pakistan and Bangladesh. The list includes major institutions such as the University of Chester, the University of East London, Sunderland, Oxford Brookes and several others. Some universities suspended admissions for specific courses, others halted entire intakes, and a few extended their pause until 2026. But why are UK universities pausing or restricting students from Pakistan and Bangladesh? They say the UK Home Office has tightened its rules. Universities must keep their visa rejection rate below 5%. If they exceeded this limit, they could lose their licence to bring in international students altogether. But the reality is very different for some countries. According to reports, 18% of Pakistani and 22% of Bangladeshi student visa applications were rejected, far higher than the new 5% cap. Because these rejection rates were so high, universities feared they would break the rule. Some institutions also pointed to slow visa processing and a rise in cases where students arrived on study visas but later applied for asylum. As a result, several universities, including Hertfordshire and Glasgow Caledonian, were placed under stricter monitoring. So they temporarily stopped taking students from these two countries. The UK government said the student visa route should not be used as a way to settle in the country permanently. This change happened as part of a bigger overhaul of the UK's immigration policy. The UK government has been working to sharply reduce migration, and official data shows net migration had already dropped by nearly 70% between 2024 and 2025, compared to earlier peaks. As part of this tougher approach, the Home Office also tightened its oversight of student visas. Its data shows that acceptance rates from Pakistan and Bangladesh has been declining since 2023, while countries like China, India and Nepal continued to send large numbers of students without similar issues. Experts said this new environment has created a major challenge for lower-fee universities that depend heavily on international students. With the UK pushing for low migration and higher compliance, these institutions are forced to pause admissions from countries with high visa rejection rates to avoid breaking Home Office rules. For now, the UK's visa rules remain tough, and many universities plan to keep restrictions in place until 2026. While the Home Office insisted it still values international students, institutions warned that the new standards were difficult to meet and the pauses were necessary to stay compliant. Students from Pakistan and Bangladesh now face a more uncertain path to UK education as the crackdown continues.
I rose from the army with medals on my chest. I spoke of freedom from colonial chains, but I tightened my own. I filled prisons with ghosts. Nearly 500,000 people were butchered under my rule, and I trusted only my paranoia. I gave myself grand titles. I claimed to be Africa's strongman. History calls me something else, the dictator. Who am I?